Hello friends, it's Lindsay Satterfield here. We haven't met, I'm a productivity trainer and coach, and today I want to talk about how to have a good finish in 2020. Yes, 2020. So why a good finish? Why not a great finish? Because in 2020, a good finish is a great finish, right? For so many of my clients this year, I've been qualifying and calibrating or helping them calibrate their effort to the circumstance, right? So these are some unusual times, no doubt, no kidding. We have kids at home, in school or not in school. We're working remotely, where before we used to work in an office together. So it's an unusual year that is causing some taxing circumstances that mean that we have to calibrate a little bit to the year. And when we do that, we actually build momentum and perform quite well. You'll be surprised what you can get done when you pay attention to the circumstances and environment that you're in. So in 2020, a good finish is a great finish. And it's important because the temptation can be, let's just call it a wash. Let's just throw in the towel because I'm done. I'm done with 2020. Let's just wake me up when it's over. So that isn't such a great strategy, because have you heard the expression, how you do one thing is how you do everything? So you kind of want to show 2020 that you're not gonna back down. You're gonna keep on moving forward and keep on pursuing what's important to you. Yes, you may calibrate it, but you're going to keep on keeping on. So that's what I want to talk with you just for a few moments today about how to have a good finish to 2020. So first, let's talk about the why. Why would we do this? And we've gotten a little bit into that. So the how you do one thing is how you do everything. So I like the example of, I was just on a run with my Peloton app. So if you've watched any of these Facebook Lives before, you know that I use the Peloton digital app to go running outside. And in one of the trainers, one of the instructors, is, talking in your ear as you're running intervals. And this particular instructor always says, finish this interval strong, finish strong. Don't, sort of like when you get to the, when you're just about done with the interval, you want to kind of ease up. So he wants you to run it all the way through. And that's the approach that you want to take for this year. Run it all the way through. In whatever way you calibrate what you want to accomplish to meet the moment, still run your race all the way through. And why is that important? It's important because it's motivational fuel. We have lost a lot of our sense of control this year. And that can be, from a neurochemical point of view, that can be demotivating. The neurochemistry of motivation starts to get sapped. Why? Because two of the strong triggers of the neurochemistry of motivation is control and meaning. So when we can take a little bit of control back, even if it's calibrated to the year, when we can feel our own agency, our natural motivation goes up. So we move out of sort of the stress hormones, the tunnel thinking, and we're in the fight or flight response. The learning center shuts down. So if we can counterbalance that with taking back a little bit of control and experiencing that, that will up level your sense of motivation. So that's a really strong argument, I would say, to, let's have a good finish to 2020. So the other thing is, if we have a good finish to 2020, we've sort of are on a platform to start strong in the new year so that we're really ahead of the game. We're getting kind of a head start into the new year. Oftentimes, you can kind of wander into the new year. What do I want to do with this new year? So it's great if you have a good finish to the year. You're really setting in place the kinds of habits and focus and intentionality that will carry you into a new slate, right? A new year. And we're going to be super excited to see, I hope, to see 2021 come along. Okay, so that's the why. Why have a good finish? So how do you do it? So I'm just going to give you 3 quick steps to consider in having a good finish to 2020. So first of all, you want to put something on the finish line. I've talked about before here, finish lines, the power of a finish line. So you want to actually figure out what is something that I want to accomplish, to check off, to go yay at the end of the year that I did. So what is something that I want to accomplish by the end of the year? So how do I decide what that is? Well, there's some very easy ways. One is remember your list of goals from 2020, like January. Remember those? So take a look back at those and see if any of them, you may have sort of let some of them fly by. See if any of them speak to you right now in this moment at this time. And grab onto it again, bring it back. So that's one way. Another way is something that you're actually working on right now. You're actually pursuing it right now, but why don't you do it in a super intentional way to have a good finish with it, to take advantage. Sometimes when we're just busy, we actually don't get the benefit of that neurochemistry of motivation, that control, because we're not aware. We're just sort of absent-mindedly being busy. But if you're intentionally making an effort towards something and you're aware you're doing it, that's what triggers that neurochemistry of motivation. You get the benefit of it. So something that was on your goal list that you might have abandoned, you can bring it on back. Something that you're working on now, or follow your feelings. I have this written down here. Follow your feelings. So what do I mean about that? So follow your feelings. Either what you might consider a positive emotion like joy, something you're excited about. So take notice. What am I really excited about? What would I love to pursue, even in just these last weeks of 2020? So that's one emotion you can go towards. Another one that's also useful is somewhat what we might consider a negative emotion, a not so positive emotion that maybe we try and avoid. But take a look at it. Where are you feeling frustrated? Where are you feeling anxious? Where are you feeling disappointed? So look at that, because there might be a clue in there about something you'd like to shift, change, to make different. Again, this puts you back in that power seat, back in the driver's seat, so that you start feeling your own agency, which again will level up your motivation. So something on your goal list for 2020, something you're working on, or follow those feelings to see if they're giving you clues about what you might benefit from pursuing in these last weeks. So that's number one. Find something to put on the finish line. And it doesn't have to be write a novel. It doesn't have to be climb Mount Everest. It can be very tailored to this time, both in terms of the circumstances and time that we're in, as well as the timeline, okay? So then each week, you're just gonna sketch out, okay, given that's my goal for the end of the year, what do I want to accomplish by the end of each week? So have a finish line, and again, I've talked about this before, have a finish line for each week, and then each day have your finish line for the day. So you start to see yourself making some movement, some progress towards those goals. And you can use that same technique for everything that's on your plate. So it's not that you're only doing this one thing. You're really focused on this one particular goal that you're pursuing to have a good finish. But there's other things, obviously, that are on your plate as well. And you can use that same technique. What do I need to accomplish at the end of this week and the end of this day? It sounds so basic, but a lot of people don't do that. They just have this huge laundry list of things they're going to do, and they just get busy. And there isn't that sense of focus and directionality. It's easy then to get kind of sidetracked by all sorts of different things coming at us. So each week, sketch out what you're going to do. And then the third thing that I encourage you to think about is pay attention to three elements: your mindset, how you're looking at things. Is it helping you make an effort towards your goal? Or is it kind of keeping you from moving? So take a look at, what am I thinking? What is sort of my emotional state? So pay attention to your mindset, because mindset matters, as we've talked about many times, from a productivity and performance point of view. Look at your energy. So, hello friends. Energy is the fuel that makes things happen. And I find when I'm working with my clients, it's like the last thing they're paying attention to. They're grinding around the clock and all of that. So you want to pay attention to your energy. How is your energy going? What days are you feeling more energized? Why? What days are you not energized? Why? So pay attention to your mindset, your energy, and your action. How are you taking action? Are you clear about what you need to do, and do you have kind of a bias for action? Or are you in prep mode all the time, like just getting ready to do some things? So sometimes I go there. Sometimes I like to just vacuum incessantly until I start working, but whatever it takes. But you want to also look at, how am I taking action? Do I get distracted? Is it better for me to front load my day and start taking action on my goal at the beginning of the day? So look at your mindset, your energy, and your action, and start looking at, how do I build some kind of simple habits around those things? Because the truth of the matter is, accomplishment or results are largely a result, if you look underneath them, of a set of habits, of what people consistently do. So get to know, what is it that you need to consistently do that will assure you making progress and having a good finish to 2020. So all of this is one big setup, because I want to tell you that I'm going to be leading a program that's coming up. So whether or not you join me in this program, I hope that you'll do these 3 steps. I hope you'll have a good finish to 2020. If you'd like a little guidance and support, encouragement, a little bit of cheering, a little bit of expertise, I am here to help you with that. I am going to be leading a program called Good Finish, Great Start. It's a 6-week program. It's self-paced. It starts the week of November 16th. And it's designed to help you both identify what you want to accomplish by the end of the year in those 6 weeks and make progress on those things. And it's built on setting up a repertoire of simple habits based on energy, mindset, and action. Now, warning, one of the things that I have heard from pretty much everyone I've spoken to is this word that keeps popping up: bandwidth. I don't have any bandwidth, right? So, I don't have any bandwidth for that conversation. I don't have any bandwidth for that program. I don't have any bandwidth for X, Y, or Z, right? I don't have any bandwidth. I'd love to take that training. I don't have any bandwidth. So I think it's important to recognize this is a time where people do have very minimal bandwidth. And because of that, I wanted to create something that didn't require a lot of bandwidth, that literally could be sort of slipped right in there, right? Slipped in, and really have it be an experience of people making very small adjustments to have very great, good results for the year. So I want you to know that going in, this is really meant to be simple, but to provide the kind of accountability, encouragement to the degree that you want it through those 6 weeks, and guide you in habit formation, the science of habit formation, simple habits around energy, mindset, and action. So that's what I'm up to in the last 6 weeks, or kind of the last 6 weeks. Oh, the other thing that you'll get out of this program is you will have identified your goals for 2021 by the end of the program in a science-backed method that I've used over the years on how to identify and develop your goals for the year. So you really get to go into 2021 saying, yes, I actually had a good finish to it and built a few habits towards the end there that now are positioning me well to go into 2021. So that's what I'm up to starting the week of November 16th. I will put put a link to some information in the comments below or wherever I need to, depending on what platform you're watching this on. And if you're interested, check it out. I would certainly love to welcome you to that if this is sounds interesting or if this is up your alley. Otherwise, no matter what you do, I hope that you have a really good finish to 2020. And if you have questions about any of the things I've talked about here or challenges you've encountered that you'd like a little advice, be sure to put that in the comments below. I'd love to receive that. And I hope you have a good rest of your week. Next week, I'm going to talk about the science of habit formation here. So I hope you'll join me then. And until then, have a great rest of your week.